Hello everyone and welcome back to CIS 160, and today we are going to continue learning to code in Python. We already started our introduction. We were going through the basic knowledge in Python, and we are mentioning what tools can we use because we cannot rely on online resources like Google Colab all the time. We need to have something locally, like for example PyCharm, okay? And this is mainly your first lab. And so I went through Colab very quickly, and I was also introducing different other ways. Even locally, you can download Anaconda, you can use Spider, you can use like Jupyter notebooks and so on. And today, what we are going to like discuss is how Python is there to automate things, how Python is there to accelerate some tasks, okay? Because some tasks usually take more times, and however, we can build that simply using Python in less than like half an hour or very quickly, I mean, okay? So very quickly, we can go through thousands of spreadsheets and in even under a second, okay? So this is going to save our time, a lot of time, and even if you are doing business, for example, so time is valuable, and this is where like Python is really useful, okay? So this is mainly just an example. And next, I am showing you here the different like stages of programming. So these are the steps, and the very first step, for example, here is to write your code for sure. Okay, so you are going to write your program in the editor that we are whether downloading or using an online editor, no matter where. So you are going to write or type your code. So in this case, in our class, mainly I am going to use PyCharm to teach you. And then once we are having our code ready, what will we do? So we are going to run it. So we are going to run the code, and the Python interpreter in other languages you might hear or talking about compiler, okay? It's called compiler because we are not we are generating an app. For example, if you are running some Java code, you are compiling that after all, and the result is an app, okay, for example. But with Python, we do not call it compiler, we do call it interpreter, okay? And so because we are not generating an app, so it is called something different. This is mainly the reason. So it's called an interpreter, and it's going to read each of these like lines of code, or I would say commands, and then it is going to translate whatever we are writing into a machine language, into a language that machine can understand, okay? Because if we are programming, so it's kind of telling to the machine to do something. So it has its own language. There are many languages. Python is one of them, okay? So it's, for example, like translating something into binary, okay? Then the machine will read that in the language that it understands and execute your script that you are writing in the first step of your programming pipeline, okay? So these are usually the steps. So you are writing, you're running, Python is like interpreting like your code, and after all, you are having the results that you want to see. So your machine is like doing what you need or what you are specifying in your program, okay? So this is mainly the idea, or this is mainly the steps that we can follow. Now let's move to like an example. So I was mentioning that we are going to write things in the language that machines understand. So you previously had some programming courses. Even if you didn't, it's not a big deal. So I'm designing this class to make things simple and from scratch, okay? So you are supposed now to have your PyCharm there. You are going to open it and create a new project, for example. Always, I make you remember to make sure that you are running Python version like more than 3, because we are learning Python 3 in this class, okay? So you can give a name to your project, whatever, okay? And just create it. Once you're created, so it's going to give you like a new project over here. Okay, so Okay. Now what we will do is that we are going to create a new Python file and hello world. So, okay, the hello world, our first Python file, we're starting that already. So it's taking some time, but it's going to end up launching this. Okay, I have here the space where I will write my book. Like I was saying, I will write my code. Like I was saying, if you are writing a book or you are writing something in Google Docs using Microsoft tools, you have something like this, a space where it can keep you write things. So you are going to write anything you want, but mainly it's not anything you want. So things are like we are going to write, for example, we will learn things now. The first thing that we will learn, it's how to write your code. So, okay, you can write anything you want. So, for example, I want to write a command. A command is something which is mainly used or designed to help you describe what your code is doing. Okay, so mainly this is a hello world. I am writing my first command here. So we know that I'm starting that with the pound like sign. Okay, and let's say that okay, this is a command. Okay, a command. Okay, whatever you want to mention there. So this is a command. And you can see that a command shows in gray or in a different color, depends on your like IDE. And then I'm going to write some code like we started with the print and hello world, okay? So we are going to, sometimes it's just suggestion. So you can just click on the tab and it gives you like the right, if it's suggesting you the right thing. So you can even type hello world, okay? Now, once I'm typing that, I want to execute. And what you can see here, it's showing me the interpreter now is interpreting this code. And what I want through this code is to show or to write or to print for the user hello world. So this is done and it's showing me what I want. So here I am writing it in the computer language, in the Python language, and here I'm seeing the result. You can write welcome to the CIS, for example, okay, course, or okay, for example, welcome to CIS, whatever. Okay, your message that you want to write and you want to see at the end. Welcome to CIS 160. If I run, so I click here to run things, so I will see the message that I am writing. Okay, so mainly this is an example, just an illustration of the concept of like commands and how it works, how when I run my code, the interpreter like does. And so mainly this is the concept of commands, which is very important because as I was mentioning, you're writing your code, especially if you are collaborating in a team and you keep, imagine writing thousands of or hundreds of lines of code. So you need to make that clear and just mention your commands, okay? With commands, like for example, you say this function does that job, this line does that job, this variable is this like kind of abbreviation of that word. So make things clear so that collaborating will be easier, okay? So this is all for commands maybe. And now I am going like to share with you the print hello world. So we went through the print hello world. And what is this? Okay, at the end, we're having the message, whether hello world or what message you are writing or the welcome to CIS 160. Now, this message you are seeing over here, you do not see this. So you don't see the print and these parentheses. So this will take us to some different understanding of that. What is this? So this is something that is not shown at the end. It's not shown over here. So this is the function, and we will go through all this later. Just it's defined there, and there is this different exact syntax that we need to respect. So the thing you want to see and print must be like between these like columns and with respect to this syntax. Is it clear? So this is mainly the thing. So there is no need for like to end line, or there is no need for like C or Java, or no, all that is not needed, because Python is very like user friendly. It's kind, you are writing in the human language because it's very simple to learn, and there is nothing to worry about in the Python class. So it's very simple, really. Okay, so now we are going through the function and through the print, and which is already defined. It's not like we are calling something and we are just reusing it with respect to the syntax that after the print there must be open parentheses, closed parentheses. Between that I need to like use the argument, what I'm going to feed or write there over there. So this is going to be shown or printed to the screen. Okay, now there are some errors if you are like using Python, and errors like, for example, we start with the first error. I am going to make my code clear. So as I was mentioning, to make your code clear, what do you use? Commands. Okay, and what I want from my code, I want my friends to understand that, or my colleagues, that okay, this code, with all the confidence of the world, I'm writing that this code like has no bugs. Okay, has no bugs, I'm sure. But what I will do, I'm going to run this code. Oops, over here what I'm finding is that there is kind of a bug in this like command. What the error is showing over here. So it's saying that this is a syntax error. Okay, so it's a syntax error. So if you get an invalid syntax error, that means that you typed something that Python do not recognize, something that your interpreter do not understand. So you did some mistakes. There is some bug. The reason now, if you will think about my comment over there, what is the problem? You can pause the video and you can think of it. It's very simple, okay? So here mainly something is missing. If I want to like make a command, any command, sorry, must start with the hash or with the pound sign, okay? So now it's showing in gray, and now if I am going to run that, wow, life is perfect. There is no errors and everything is good, okay? So always make sure that your commands, they start with the pound. This is very important, okay? So some common issues also, probably if I want to write something, can happen within the print function, because we use that print function most of the time. So let's try to write, I'm going to say, for example, here, print. I'm going to write something like, okay, let me just use the tab because, okay, what I'm going to print now, let me know. Okay, hi, this is Dr. Khas, okay? Or you can write your name, because I love like you guys follow with me, and this is a perfect way to learn things, I'm sure. So you just need to follow with me, and so we are going to write something like this, okay? Now I am already writing this print. What I need to do mainly, my message is there, everything is there, life is good. So I am going to close my print, sorry. So I need just to close, okay, my parentheses. I'm using a keyboard in French, so this is the issue. So now what we will do here, it seems that something is wrong, even that I didn't run my code, okay? So let's run it anyway. So what is there? Again, there is a syntax error. And in this case, we are having a different error, if you can see here. So this error, it's like mentioning that this is a different error, and what we need to do in this case. So in this case, I forgot something. You can again pause the video and think of it. Okay, so it's clear that I forget the quotes. enclosing. So here I am mentioning between, I'm just opening one, like you see in here, but it's not closing. In here, I'm closing it. Here, I'm forgetting that. So you need to include either single or double quotes around the message, okay? And the error message now is coming from Python, from the editor, from PyCharm, saying, hey there, kind of, you are forgetting something. So it's related to the string. We are going to go through the different types. So you need not to forget to include the double quotes or single quotes in your print messages or around your message, okay? So let's like try something else, okay? For example, here I'm adding this, and as I was mentioning, let's run this code, and now, yep, there are no errors. Hi, okay? Now, if we are going to try something different, let me think, what can we try? Okay, we can try to have this same code, okay? We tried one time to forget the parentheses, we tried to forget this. So let's try to do something like, okay, this, okay? And let's run the code, let's see. Again, this is a problem. So here mainly in a print function, it's expecting from you a string. So there is a message in terms of words that you are writing. And this message, I was just mentioning that it can start whether or be included, within whether a single quote or a double quote. So in this case, what we have for double quote, everything is okay, but here I try to use one quote. So single quote, it's creating a problem. So why? Because mainly I need to have it in both sides. If I'm using double quote, so I need to open and close. If I'm using a single quote, I need to just use it in both sides, the single quote. Hi again, okay, to distinguish the messages. Hi again from Dr. Hans. Okay. Ta-da! So what we have in here is that we have our three messages. Hi, this is Dr. Hi, this is Dr. Khalsi, which is corresponds to this message. The second message coming after welcome to CIS, okay? And the other message, the last one, is hi again from Dr. Khalsi, which is just shown in here. So mainly, this is how things work, and you see, it's easy. Just whatever you want to write, just use the print function, but make sure so you don't fall into the different common errors. You make sure you always you start your commands with a pound sign. Do not forget to include the parentheses, both of them opening and closes, like before and after your message. Make sure not to forget to include the double quotes or the single quote when you are using the print function around your message. And also make sure that to include a closing double quote. You cannot start with a double and then you forget, or you close that with a single one. No, okay? So these are mainly the common errors. And I think this is a good start. I hope so. So we are going to make things as easy as this video, and we are going to learn together. You have the right and the full right to contact me anytime, and I am available for you all the time. So even we can have one-to-one meetings, we can discuss. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. Okay, thank you so much.